Chrome has now got 3 built-in site search shortcuts that will be very useful when looking for websites which you have visited. These 3 shortcuts use the existing site shortcut functionality. I will also show you how to use this functionality to add your own site search shortcuts. The first of the built-in shortcuts is @tabs. When you type this followed by a space or a tab, Chrome's address bar will prompt you to enter your search term. @tabs will search the web page's title for all of the tabs that are open in all of the windows that are open. The web page's title is displayed in the tab title in Chrome. This search relies on websites having a sensible policy for setting the title of their web pages. If the title does not include the name of the company or the product, then it's possible that you will not find the tab that you're looking for. An example of a web page where this would be a problem is the home page for the Bissell website. The title is Home Page, which does not include the company's name, so if I search for Bissell, I will not find this tab. I'm not criticising the Bissell website, I'm just pointing out that their web title will probably not be found by the @tabs function. If anything, it's pointing out a limitation of the @tabs search in Chrome. One quirk that I have noticed in the search for all 3 of these new built-in shortcut searches is that the word being searched must include all the letters from the start of the word. So for example, searching for tube will not find YouTube, but typing U will find the YouTube tab. @tabs does not search tabs open in another Chrome profile on the same device or in incognito or guest tabs. Personally, I don't think I'll be using the @tabs function because @history is a much more powerful search that will search all the open tabs as well as your browsing history. And the big improvement compared to @tabs is that @history searches both the title and the address of the web page. So if you search for Bissell, the @history search will find the Bissell homepage as an open tab. The final built-in site search shortcut is @bookmarks. This search will find bookmarks that match the search criteria. As you type, bookmarks that include a match in either the title or the address of the web page are listed in the address bar's drop-down list. In the intro, I mentioned that the site search shortcut functionality is already built into Chrome, and these 3 new built-in site search shortcuts are now part of the default settings for Chrome. You can look at the site search shortcut settings by selecting Settings from the 3 dots menu, then clicking on Search Engine, then clicking Manage Search Engines and Site Search. Scroll down to the site search section. You can see the 3 new shortcuts, @tabs, @history and @bookmarks. You can edit these by clicking on the edit icon. I believe that the search engine field is the name of the shortcut, so it can be anything you want. The shortcut is the characters that you type in the address bar. Google is prefixing their 3 default shortcuts with @, but there is nothing that forces you to keep the @ or the shortcut that Google has defined for @tabs, @history or @bookmarks. The final field is greyed out because this is fixed for these 3 built-in shortcuts. If we now have a look at the 3 dot menu, the options are to make this the default search. Personally, I will always leave Google as the default search engine, or you can deactivate the built-in shortcut if it interferes with the way you use the address bar, but there's no delete option for these 3 built-in site search shortcuts. You can add completely new site search shortcuts, and I'll show 3 examples of how to do this. For example, you may want to have access to a dictionary, so click on Add and the Edit Shortcut window pops up with the fields blank. Let's call this site search shortcut Dictionary. The shortcut that you type needs to be memorable. Google's suggestion to prefix site search shortcuts with @ character seems sensible, so let's set the shortcut as @word. I didn't want to use @dictionary because that's too long to type. The URL is the tricky bit that you may need to figure out by looking at the website. A quick look at the Cambridge Dictionary website and searching for the word shortcut shows that the word is at the end of the address. The instruction says to use %s in place of the query. So I copy the address and paste it into the URL field and delete the word shortcut and then type %s. I now hit add. I can now go to the address bar to test that it works, so I type @word followed by a tab or a space and then type the word you want to look up in the dictionary and then hit return and you jump to the appropriate page in the dictionary. Another useful shortcut might be to quickly find a route from home to a specified destination. Click add and type the name of the shortcut followed by the shortcut, which I think for this should be @map. The URL for this I found in Google's help pages for the map platform. I've pasted this URL into the YouTube notes field if you want to copy it, along with the other URLs. So I'm now going to test @map by typing @map and entering London, and it now finds a route from my home to London. Another example is YouTube, and I will use the shortcut @vid. To find the URL, go to YouTube and do a search and copy and paste the address into the URL field. Delete the search word that you typed and replace with %s. Now if you type @vid in the address bar and search for dressage, you will jump to YouTube and see the results of a search for dressage. I hope this video has been helpful and explained the site shortcut functionality. Thanks for watching.